Dumelang, hello, hi, my name is Millicent, but you can also call me Millie, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be doing things you should know if you're trying to be an international student in the UK. So if you're interested in seeing all of that, just stay tuned. Obviously, the first thing you need to do is apply to the universities, and how that works in the UK is there's a website called UCAS, and you go to the website and basically you put all your details into the website and it will send them to the different universities you want to. The thing is with UCAS, you can only apply to 5 universities, so all your options need to be within the 5 universities that you apply to. So you put your details in to UCAS, and UCAS will basically send it to all the universities for like, I think it's like a £30 fee, which is like 500 or something, 500 Rand in South Africa. So yeah, one thing that is important if you're going to be trying to apply in the UK is you need a mentor or a tutor. Basically what a mentor or a tutor is somebody from your school, teacher or whatever, that can vouch for you, because they are going to send your mark predictions to UCAS, because that's what they use. Instead of, like, I know in South Africa when you apply to university they use your previous year's marks, so grade 11 or it would be year 12 in the UK. So they use those marks to kind of see where you go. With UCAS and the UK, they use predictions from your mentor or tutor or whatever they call it. And yeah, so I had my English teacher, one of the most amazing teachers ever, to be my mentor or tutor. So I gave her all my progress reports, and she obviously had to, and she could see like I'm working hard in the final year, blah blah blah. So she had to give the marks to UCAS. I didn't see what the predictions it was that she gave me, so that's another thing you have to consider. You can't just go to the math teacher that hates you so much and ask her to be your mentor. Another thing that the mentor needs to do is kind of write like a personal statement for you, in terms of like, they have to vouch for you. So they have to say, okay, I believe Millicent is a good candidate because this, that, or I think she will be able to do this, da 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 da. I see she's passionate, she's da 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 da, which is another reason why you need someone that actually likes you to be able to send those things for you, because technically you're not supposed to see them. So it's like communication between UCAS and your teacher or your mentor. So yeah, we've spoken about predictions, and predictions are very important because that's how they determine how, like, whether or not you can basically be accepted into the course. So if you are predicted to get 50%, you know, I don't know what level that is in the UK, probably a C or something, or a D. But if you're predicted to get 50% and you're trying to apply to do engineering, they're not going to accept you and you won't have an offer. Therefore, you won't be able to study in the UK. So make sure your predictions are good. The next thing with UCAS, which is such a strenuous thing that you need to get into as soon as possible if you're planning on studying overseas, is the personal statement. The personal statement here is taken so seriously. I really don't know why it's taken so seriously, but it's taken very seriously. And it's like, I think it's about like 3,000 words or something. I forgot, but it took me like 2 months to write my personal statement, because the catch is with UCAS, you apply to, your applications can only go to 5 universities, as I mentioned earlier. And what I would suggest is, let's say 3 of them, let it be like what you really want to do, like what your #1 goal is. So for me, the 3 of them was for med school, and the other 2, let it be like your insurance, where you know for sure you're gonna make it in, which for me was the 2 biomedicine universities. The thing is, with your personal statement, it needs to be able to kind of cater for like all 5 applications, because the same personal statement is getting sent to all 5 universities. So that's why you have to take so much time in invest so much time into writing the personal statement, because essentially that's what they look at, you know, to see if you're a candidate for the university. With me, it was a bit easier because biomedicine and medicine are very closely related, so I could talk about like the health sector, the scientific sector, and all of that in my personal statement, and you know, the type of person that I am. But if, let's say, you are applying at one university for arts, second university for engineering, third university for biomedicine, fourth university for journalism, fifth university for law, it'll be very difficult for your personal statement to make sense. The next thing that you really need to find out more about, don't be like me, is with the degrees and different courses you're applying for, you may need to write tests, like preliminary tests before, you know, fully applying. With me, I had to write the UCAS test, which is a test that you do for med school, and I had no idea. When I tell you, I had no idea I had to write that. I found out just under 2 weeks before the last sitting of the test. I found out that I had to write the test, and mind you, I was in South Africa. I had to travel to a whole other city to write this test. I had to prepare for this test in the 2 weeks that I found out for it. I had to make travel arrangements. I had no idea I had to do this. And the next sitting, the next available sitting was in another country. So obviously you need to know your deadlines, know which tests you need to do by when, and all of that. Like, my UCAS was so dramatic. It was a mess. Like, I walked in there and I didn't know what I was doing, because I had a week to prepare for it. How do you... Next up is your offers. You start getting offers from the different universities, unconditional, conditional. Some will be like, okay, you need to get AAB or AAA, depending on whichever course you're going for. And as an international student, don't worry about the way they grade their marks, because I remember when I was looking at their marks, I was like, but we don't use A's or whatever, you know, because I use the IB system. And it was like, you know, level 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So when they said A star, I didn't really know what that was about. But with different universities, they can show you like the equivalent to your country. If you just go through, like, you have to go on a deep dive, but you will actually find what they want from your specific qualification. Then you start getting your offers. I got declined from the mid schools, and then I got accepted at Bristol University and Cardiff University. Obviously, I'm in Cardiff University now because my mom said I must come to Cardiff University. Do you see what I mean? If I had just applied for med schools with all 5 of my options, and I messed up my UCAS and all of them declined me, I wouldn't be able to be studying. I got conditional offers at Bristol Uni and Cardiff Uni. I think my requirement for Cardiff Uni was level 766, yeah, which is ABB, I think. Yeah, so that's what I had to get. Wrapping up with the UCAS part of things, remember we have 5 options. So let's say you got offers from all 5. Let's say you did so amazing, really proud of you. You got all 5 options. Now you need to pick your top 2. As in, you need to get rid of the other 3, and you need to pick a firm choice and an insurance choice. Your firm choice is where you want to go. Like, that's what you own, that's what you want to do, that's where you want to be. And your insurance is if, let's say, you don't meet your predictions or the requirements that you had to meet for your firm choice, you can go to your insurance. After all of that, you're basically done with your UCAS application, which is one of the most tedious things. I recommend that you start it as soon as possible so you get everything done. And some people will have interviews, some won't. Basically, that's it with UCAS. The next thing that you need to get straight into is your visa. I can't emphasize this enough. Like, you need to start prepping your visa works way before you have to travel to whichever university you're going to in the UK, because Charlie, it's dramatic. So visa, I'm on a tier 4 visa, which is a student visa, and I can work 20 hours a week on my student visa, which is, trust me, it's nothing. But you can work 20 hours a week. You get your BRP. You don't get like any grants, government, anything basically. Like they don't give you none. They don't want you here. The visa itself costs about £350, £400, which is like 8,000 rand, somewhere there. Yeah, that's something like that. It's not that bad considering it's like a 3 or 4 year visa. Just because it's £350 for the visa doesn't mean that's all you need for your visa. You need a lot of money when it comes to the visa processes. I'm not gonna lie. You're literally paying for your TB test. You're paying for IHS, which I'll get into later. You're paying for every single thing that you need to do in order to meet like the paperwork or the requirements for the visa. Now, one thing I wish I knew, or I think you should know before starting your visa application, is that you're gonna need to pay IHS, which is the Immigration Health Surcharge. It's basically you paying for the NHS. So the NHS is like you going to the doctor and, you know, just healthcare in general. So it's roughly, I don't even remember, but I think it's like £1,000 or £2,000, somewhere there. And yeah, it is pricey. Like I've never been to the doctor since I've been here and I paid £2,000. Now the next thing that you need to have for your visa is proof that you can actually pay for your school fees and living costs. So that can be through anything. Like you can give them your bank details, like a bank statement. We gave them like a trust fund kind of thing, so they can see that, okay, the funds are actually there. If you don't have the funds up to 9 months, so basically the first year of your degree, you basically need to be able to pay it off by the moment you are applying for your visa. Like everything, living, rent, everything. So that's a lot of money that you need to already have in advance. So obviously if you're in London, your living costs are going to be way more expensive than someone, let's say, in Leeds or Manchester or Cardiff. Do you know what I mean? So they calculate it according to wherever you're going to university. And yeah, that's about it. You really just need to focus on your UCAS application and your visa application. Oh yeah, another thing about my visa process. Start your visa process early. I'm not joking. I started my visa process 3 months before I had to come to Cardiff, 3 months before September, and I still had issues, as in I missed Freshers Week. I missed both Freshers Weeks. I missed the first week of university because my visa hadn't returned. Also, another point, do not make travel arrangements before you have your visa. I thought, because obviously I had done my visa so long ago, I would be able to travel in September when Freshers started. So I booked my flights, everything was ready, and boom, the day comes, I don't have my visa. So you can't travel because where are you going? Where you going? You don't have a visa, baby girl, baby boy. You don't have no visa. I know with my year, student visas had a big problem. I don't even know what was wrong, but I know they said to us the student visas were going, something was wrong. So they came like 3-4 weeks late. That time you're stressing out. You're like, oh my God, did I make the wrong decision? Did they deny my visa? Am I not going to be able to go to uni? That time I dropped out of VITS. Like I dropped out of my other university because I was like, I'm leaving. But basically what you need to know. You just need to fix your visa, fix your UCAS application, and that's literally it. It's really not that difficult. Like once you get those 2 processes out of the way, then you can, you know, come and be an international student, seize the world, live in the UK. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to drop them down below. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share the video because that helps me out. See you guys in the next video.